on, because in this particular part of the road I'm actually above the clouds on the right hand side where the lock is. Just passing the Glengarry viewpoint. Here it is here. But unfortunately the trees are now obscuring it somewhat, so you don't get to see it at its full potential. To say that I'm going a little bit lower in altitude now, and the snow has gone back to rain again, so I'm greatly relieved about that. But I've still got to go over Rannoch Moor in Glencoe, so I'm climbing back up the hills. And the view off to my right at the moment is absolutely stunning. Just over the barriers here, there's a big loch, it's probably several hundred feet below me. Lots of little islands in it, looks very picturesque. You can probably just see it now actually. Just a little while back, exact same place I saw the 5 stags yesterday, so must be a deer meeting point. As I said to someone yesterday, I saw 5 stags in the field of having a stag party. It amused me anyway. Nice windy roads here, just to be careful. Nissan NV400 that I'm driving at the moment holds the road extremely well. There's only one thing I don't really like about it that's probably my biggest complaint, and that's the steering lock on it. It's front wheel drive and the steering lock for a big long vehicle. This thing is a nightmare to park. In fact, yesterday night when I came in from my disco, I did get into the bed and breakfast car park earlier on during the day. But last night I said, oh, to hell with it, so I'm not going to bother reversing it in, because I couldn't go in forwards, it was just impossible to make the turn. So So I just parked it in the street. There was like a wide bit I could just park in, so that's where I went. My only complaint, but some of the things I really love it, the size of the fuel tank, although my god it's expensive to fill up. I think I've put about £145 was the most to put in one go, and that was literally from virtually empty to completely full. But I think for a van driver, having a huge fuel tank is very beneficial, apart from the fact you don't need to stop too often. I can drive to London and more or less back again on one tank of fuel. So I don't need to fill up at expensive motorway services. I don't need to go looking for fuel when I'm running low. And it's very nice, so I just fill it up before I go somewhere. I did yesterday. I filled up at the BP services at Hart Hill because my bunker card gets me fuel there at £1 a litre, and the pump price on the actual place was £1.48. So obviously the pounds plus VAT, so it'll be 120. So a saving of 28 pence a litre is quite a significant amount of money, and that's over £1 a gallon difference. So if you do a big mileage like I do, then as Tesco's would say, every little helps. And those kind of savings are very nice. So very easy to get if you're looking for a fuel card. I get them from a company called Right Fuel Card Company, and I have to say they're very good. I've got different cards. I've got a supermarket card, I've got a BP card, a Shell card, an Esso card, whole variety. And the only thing about the bunker card is you have to be very careful where you use it, because a lot of the BP garages don't take it, so you have to find out all the local ones in your area, which again is another advantage with filling up this van. You fill it up at home, you don't need to fill it up when you're on the road, you just fill it up when you get back home at the same garage all the time. So for me it's usually the 2 BPs on the way to Glasgow and the way back from Glasgow to Hart Hill. So if I've got time today when I'm passing, I'll probably top it back up again so it's full again. Here it's so covered in lichen, it's unreal. Through Glengarry. Yeah, it's a pity I'm not going the speed bridge to Dornie Road today, because that would be rather dramatic. Of course, that's where Monarch of the Glen was filmed. If you ever watched that on TV, not something I've ever watched, but I remember seeing all the signs up saying MOTG, and I'm like, what's this? And someone told me that's what it is, Monarch of the Glen. So filmed in Scotland. Very beautiful castle on the banks of whatever loch that is. Got a huge sandy beach. It's absolutely stunning. I've always fancied just getting a little boat and canoeing across to it. Oh, there's another venue I've been to before, Glengarry Castle Hotel. Did a gig there years and years ago. It's funny, I can say that all over the country. I go to all sorts of different places and they go, oh, been there, been there, been there, been there. Brings back lots of memories of gigs that I've done and people I've met. Got some Highland cows in the field on this side. of Scotland across to the other. And I think that's a very enjoyable thing to do. I remember doing that years and years ago down in England. My mum, the very adventurous mother that she is, we went on a narrow boat at Oxford, at I think it's the Thames, the top of the Thames, and we went, and the day before we arrived, the river had burst its banks. It was seriously bad, badly flooded. And of course we went out in this narrow boat, and they're not the most powerful things. And we must have crashed this boat about 3 or 4 times into the embankments because the river was just so strong. The current was unbelievable. And after the first day, I said to my mum, let's just tie the boat up somewhere, we'll just stay here. But later on, the river did go down a bit overnight, and the following day we went out, and the further down we went, the less strong the current became. But we met loads of other people who were out on the river at that point, and one of them in particular had a rather nasty accident with their boat. They hit a bridge called Godstow Bridge. It's very, very low, and you have to go through it absolutely perfectly, otherwise you scrape the top of the boat and you have to duck as you go under it. And because the river was in full spate, obviously it was higher, so it made it a little bit harder for them, and they managed to scrape the top of their boat, which they have to pay for. So it's not something that you want to do, end up with a few £100 bill for damaging your boat. There was also somebody else ran aground another part, but they went down a bit you're not supposed to go. It's a big sign, don't go this way, and they did, and they ran the boat aground. So another expensive trip. But I have to say that boating on the top of the Thames at Oxford was actually really good fun. It was a great holiday. I would recommend doing that. It's another experience in life. But it's certainly a lot easier up here in Loch Ness, and all these little interconnecting lochs on the Caledonian Canal. And I would say a lot more picturesque as well. Sign off just now for another wee bit until I probably get to Glengarry, unless I see something particularly interesting on the road. As you'll see, Scotland even on a wet day looks beautiful. We get lots of rain here, but that's why the place is so green.